here. Bravo, that was really beautiful. I was seeing that on TV. It's great, it looks great, and both of you are wonderful. So, Anna, it's a big return for you at the Met. And how's it for you? I remember that after my children, every time it was a bit scary for me, but at the same time it was a big joy. How do you feel?
Exactly the same like you just said. It was a bit scary, but I'm happy to be back singing.
And we are happy too. Piotr, 2 nights ago you were Lenski in Tchaikovsky, Eugene Onegin. So you sang in Russian. 2 days after you have to sing in Italian. Of course, you've done it in the fall, but how is it for you to play this character?
Lenski and Edgardo, it's pretty similar. It's not a big difference. Both are just young lovers. They have trouble in love. That's really almost the same. Just the language is different.
The language is very different. Yes, you have to adapt. And how do you adapt your voice actually to?
I have to forget Lenski for 2 days and. It works like this.
Okay.
It's a bit changing because Edgardo is higher, and you have to find some Italianità in the voice, But it works, I sung enough Edgardos and Lenskis to make
to switch in a short time. Okay, Anna, congratulations on your baby boy.
Thank you.
Having a child is a big change in life. How does it affect your way of leading your career from now on?
I think I have something very, very important in my life right now, besides my career.
Yes. Very good. Piotr, you made your match debut 2 years ago, I think.
Yes, 2006,
in
yes.
Rigoletto. But it was in the role of Edgardo that last October that you really announced yourself as a big Met artist. What do you love about playing this character of Edgardo?
It's very complex. It's very it's unusual for every tenor. Duke in Rigoletto is a very flat person, and Edgardo, he lives and makes so many different things on the stage and different characters. From a loving scene like our first scene to really dramatic last scene, and it's really a huge.
It's a complete travel.
It's very, very big travel through the evening.
And in the next act, you have a very intense confrontation with your brother. For me, it's my favorite scene in the opera.
I agree.
So for you too?
I think this is really one of the strongest scenes in the opera. And, it's a very, very important scene.
Yeah, and do you like to play with Mariusz?
I just love him. I enjoyed this so much, and I think you will see this in the next act.
As much as I did. Okay. Piotr, now I don't know if I can ask this question because it's your first HD live transmission. How do you deal with it?
I try not think about, I did a couple of DVD productions, but it's completely different thing.
Because it's live.
Yes, and many people in Poland, in my country, didn't know it. They really
By the way, can you say a word to them?
Pozdrowienia dla polskich fanów opery, szczególnie w Krakowie.
Thank you very much, both of you. And no, you can go to your dressing rooms.
Thank you.
And prepare for the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm going to find Paul Mask, the Met's assistant technical director, who is in charge today. He's maybe waiting for us a little further. There is a big change at the moment on stage. Where are you, Paul? He's over there. I can see him. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Natalie.
As we can see, there is a big set change.
Yes.
Would you talk us about it?
Well, the first thing that happens when the act ends, the performers exit the stage, and we have to take apart all the lighting equipment that lights the backdrop. And then we take the backdrops down that make the trees and the sky behind, and we store those high in the flyloft overhead. And then we break apart the heath, all of these pieces that roll, go straight up stage, out of the building onto trucks that are parked on Amsterdam Avenue. The Met is a big stage, almost 50,000 square feet, but we're still out of space. So the stuff goes right out of the building until the next time we perform the opera.
And you store it in New Jersey, somewhere in New Jersey?
These containers join 1,000 other containers of Met scenery in New Jersey.
Okay.
So, once that part is over, we have to start to set Act 2. And Act 2 is an indoor set. It's a box, it's got walls, and it's a room in the castle. So, the walls are very high. We have to put the top of the walls up in the air first, and then we bring out the rest of the room, which is already set on the far side of the stage, way stage right. It has the furniture in it and all of the props we use in the scene. So once this is all clear, we'll drive that wagon out. It will meet the walls that we'll hang.
Hopefully.
Of course. It's all carefully planned.
Yeah.
And then we're ready for Act 2.
And what's the system for keeping track of all these puzzle pieces?
Well, we have about a year before the premiere that we start working on this. And all of the planning of the scene change you're seeing happens on paper ahead of time. We use blueprints and drawings. Everything has got a number and a letter and codes. We know what goes in which truck. And it looks like chaos, but we actually have it organized.
And how long will it take to make this transition?
We'll make this change in the 20-minute intermission. And it's a challenge because it's a big act change.
And you have only 20 minutes.
We'll have only intermission, yeah.
And you have to adjust the lighting as well.
Yes, of course. The lighting is special for each act, and the sets are very different, and the lighting equipment actually has to be focused for the act itself. So as soon as the Act 2 set is together, the electricians will jump on it and focus all the lights we need to light Act 2. It's something that we do on the intermission between the two acts. We do it every day.
And what are some of the specific challenges for this particular production?
Well, this is a big production, and unlike other productions of Lucia, Act 1, Scene 1 and Act 1, Scene 2, the music is basically continuous right through. So we don't pause for a scene change, and we have to have both scenes ready to go at the same time.
We are seeing sets for some operas other than Lucia over there, for example.
Sure.
What is it? And
well, tonight in about 6 hours we have Rigoletto.
So it has to be ready.
It's ready to go, and La Rondonnée is back there. Monday night we have a performance of Eugene Onegin. It's a never-ending circle of opera here.
Thank you very much, Paul. We'll
Great.
see you later.
Okay.
Mary Zimmerman is a theatre director who recently turned her attention to opera. She directed me in this production of Lucia when it was new at the Met last fall. And we've just started rehearsals for a new production of Bellini's La Sonnambula. Hi Mary, come here. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you since yesterday.
Yesterday, since a few hours ago.
Yes. So, you won a Tony Award for your theatre direction.
Yeah.
What attracts you to opera? Don't tell me the music.
It's partly the music. I think it's the challenge of it. How to make it real and plausible and alive and as engaged as theater while they're singing, while the body is so occupied with singing and producing the sound. And the scale of it also is a challenge and is a beautiful thing. Designers like to really work for opera because it seems sort of limitless what you can do.
And for example, for this production, you went to Scotland.
I did.
And have you seen a ghost?
I did not see a ghost. But the tree branches that you see in the act curtains are photographs that our set designer Dan Osling took lying on the road in Scotland. We would get out of the car. And the green room that you're about to see next is from the Culzean Castle, which we actually broke into.
I visited too. Yes, it's a beautiful castle.
It is beautiful with beautiful grounds that were very inspiring as well. And then there's a staircase in the third act, which is also something that we saw in Scotland. And then Scotland is very interested in ghosts and very ghostly oriented.
Yeah, speaking of ghosts, let's speak about your idea of putting a ghost in this production.
Well, in the original novel, in the Walter Scott novel, the ghosts are absolutely real. The reader sees them even when other characters aren't there, they are described. And sometimes I think they're taken just as a sign of her madness even before the story starts. And I thought it's more interesting that she's not crazy when it starts and that there's a further journey for her to go. For me, the ghosts are the sort of spirit of revenge that haunts the grounds of Ravenswood.